Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ancestral Oracle. I just wanted to take a second to just offer, not even a moment of silence because I've been quiet for too long. I want to raise a vibration of the latest distraction, which was the murder of Floyd. I personally have never watched any of those videos. I didn't watch Ahmaud get murdered, and I won't. I did not watch Floyd get murdered, and I won't. Any murder that goes viral, you have to ask yourself, after you watch it, how did you feel? And why was that particular video allowed to go viral when it actually did? So this morning, I get waking up out of waking up out of a dead sleep. And I'm not one of those people that constantly check my phone all the time because my phone is pretty quiet. So there's no need to check my phone all the time. But this morning I got on there and was like, what the heck is going? The energy was really thick. I'm like, what is going on? And I kept thinking of Floyd. Just kept thinking of Floyd because I posted something and it said, I shared a post that my cousin posted, and my cousin and I have both lost our mothers. So, of course, we got a soft spot for moms. And the post said, Floyd cried out for his mom. Or I said, Floyd cried out for his mama twice while he was being murdered. Let that sink in. I let that sink in all day yesterday and today. And as a mother of a black man, two, one little one, one big one, I know the hate runs deep for blacks in America. The hate runs deep for blacks in America by certain officials put in office. And that's why they're put in office. This whole thing with Floyd, and I don't post political stuff. I don't talk about my political views. I'm not one of those people to be like, oh, did you see this? So-and-so, this went viral because this, I just don't post the negative shit. I won't feed into it. I just won't feed into it. I always look at a positive aspect of it. And it's really your perception of what you perceive as negative or positive. But this situation, along with all the other ones, the Trayvon, the Eric Gardner, Eric Gardner is here. I think is it Gardner or Gardner? Gardner. Eric Gardner is here with Floyd. Eric Gardner is here with Floyd and Rodney King. Rodney King passed over? they're showing me Rodney King because the energy of the LA riots is the same energy that is in Minneapolis right now. That energy is of what Floyd is saying is like, and that energy is of some righteousness, but also of disrighteousness, which I don't know if that's a word, but this is what Floyd said. Floyd says his murder was no accident. His murder was no accident. He's being used, and don't let them use. Floyd wants us and everybody that is outraged to turn their outrage into hope. Turn up the sounds of hope. Turn on the music that brings hope. I'm not saying he's saying not march through the streets with the shit, but turn on the music of hope. And Prince is like, Prince wants his music to be turned on in Minneapolis to raise the vibration, because dark energy is feeding off of America being so outraged and upset. So, you know how you fight darkness is with light. Prince says to pull out your lightsabers. He says pull out your lightsabers and start cutting away the darkness. Start cutting away the darkness. Not that they said, no, this is the last one. Floyd said, let me be the last one. Let them learn from this. And by them, he's talking about the elite, the government elite, because there's a shadow government. Look it up if you don't know anything about it. He's being used. This was orchestrated, is what Floyd is saying. This was no accident. This murder was no accident. And I haven't watched the video. I've only seen his picture, and I can see him right now. And a couple weeks before, no, this candle's fine. Okay, because the flame's getting huge on it. A couple weeks before, Floyd passed away, he had an altercation with that cop at a nightclub that he worked at. He confronted that cop for solicitation. Like, he wasn't soliciting himself. He was picking up. Floyd said he'd go in black neighborhoods and pick up prostitutes in black neighborhoods, and he said, and just be really rough and abusive. And Floyd said he was a big dude, and he called this cop out on it, and he didn't like it. And he said he would get him. I'll have your neck, boy, is what Floyd is telling me, he said. And Floyd didn't think nothing of it because he's a bouncer, and he's like, people talk shit all the time. He said, I need to post candle out. Damn it. It won't go out. Hold on. There we go. Whew, goodness. Fire alarm doesn't go off on that one. Yeah, I'll have your neck, boy, is what he's saying. Is what that cop said. That cop seems to run with a ring of other cops. They're like The energy they feel, to me, it feels like the old Southern good old boys, even though I know Minneapolis is not the South, but that's what their energy feels like. The person that actually did it Floyd says the people that watched it and recorded it without kicking that motherfucker in his chin are just as guilty, is what he said. Y'all could have stopped him, but you didn't. You were more concerned with getting a story and having something go viral. You're more interested in feeding off of another black atrocity. Please let this end with me. You put your outrage into changing the system, not into blame, shame, or guilt. Prince says we are all in this together. And he's playing the beginning of Let's Go Crazy in my head. The dearly beloved, we are gathered here to experience this thing called life. And then he says something about, I can just hear the organs, I can hear afterlife. I really wish I had, I'm going to get one. I need a Quran. I don't have one. I'm not Muslim. But I really feel like I was going to pull a card from this deck that I have that has, this oracle deck that I have that has Bible verses. And Floyd says that he was not a practicing Muhammad is his Jesus, is what Floyd said. So I think maybe he was Muslim. So out of respect, I'm not going to read one of these Bible verses because he's asking me. I have this moon oracle deck that I hardly ever use. But he wants me to pull a card out of here. It looks like this, so I'm going to. And then I hopefully will be able to go to sleep. Back to sleep. Probably won't be able to sleep that long, but I'm going to try. All right, Floyd. That one fell out. This card is at the bottom of the deck, and it says attraction, and it's the number 44 on it. I'm going to leave that there. But the card that fell out says fear, and it has a number 11 on it. That really pretty much ties into what Prince and Floyd were saying earlier about the raising of the vibration. I'm going to read what this card says. Fear. The time for courage is here. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. You must examine whether your fears are old or new, useful or unhelpful. Fear blocks flow. I am courageous. If there is one thing that stops people from fulfilling their dreams or even getting things done that they want to get done. It is fear. Experiencing fear is built in, a chemical part of a chemical part of the way our brain works to protect us. Emotions, such as fear, cause the production of a whole raft of body chemicals that give us the best chance of coping with situations that need our attention to survive. There is a kind of healthy fear, the kind that warns us to keep out of dangerous situation or to stay clear of someone who is instinctively makes us wary. However, it would be a rare person who does not have at least one fear that does not serve them. A fear that is unrealistic or untrue, or perhaps based on outmoded experience, or something that is buried so deeply we can only see the symptoms rather than the fear itself. Most fears have been formed with the positive intent of protection. We need to separate that intention and deal with it in a more resourceful and less destructive way if we are to create ease and flow in our lives. Fear has many names. Covert ones are envy, jealousy, codependence, procrastination, bullying, people-pleasing, disconnection. More overt ones are avoidance, fear of failure, and fear of success. There is, however, a kind of antidote to fear, and it is courage. Fear will put up an initial resistance to courage, but it has no real long-term power against it. While we can be fearful and courageous at the same time, I think courage contains a mighty big dose of fear. We can use to face the fear and flow through it until we fear less and eventually become fearless. The process isn't always graceful. It isn't always impressive, because it may be slow and deliberate steps we take. Taking these steps isn't always easy. Taking these steps isn't always easy, as an understatement. It isn't always apparent to others, so it should be about us measuring how far we have come and not worrying about what anyone else thinks. Comparison is useless. Courage is power, no matter what form it takes. Fear not. Fear not. Be fearless this Friday is what. Floyd says this is Fearless Floyd Friday. Fearless Floyd Friday. I like it. You attract what you put out there. I'll leave that card here. And the last card actually that I'm going to pull out of this was on the bottom as well. And it's action. And that card has a number 15 on it. What you put out is what you get back. Like you said. And like the card said, be courageous. Turn it into healthy fear, not blame, shame, or guilt. Okay, Emmett Till. The energy of Emmett Till. And if you don't know who Emmett Till is, Emmett Till was a young black boy from Chicago that went to visit his family in the South. I think this was in the early 50s, and supposedly whistled at a white woman, which she said right before she died was a lie. Anyway, this boy was murdered and put in a cotton gin. And his mother allowed for an open casket because she wanted the world to see what hate was doing to our babies and to black folks in general in America. Emmett Till says the same energy that killed him and so many others, because this is really modern day lynching. That same energy is still pulsating through the police departments. He says the fire departments, all the departments that are supposed to keep you safe. It's time to get rid of that energy. The way things were working, actually, the way things were going was not working. It's time to change. That's what I got, y'all. Hope this message reached somebody. If it reached one person, I did my job. Have a great Friday. Bye.